and my date of birth is 28th of June 1972.
My name is Julian Cupido. I was born on the 18th of the 12th, 1972.
My name is Rosemary Dennis. I was born on the 16th of October 1946.
My relatives were my mother and father, Elaine and Julian Cupido. And I have two sisters, Lucinda and Hazel.
My relatives are my mother. I have two sisters who are both younger than me. I have some aunties and uncles both here in Melbourne and in Queensland.
My hopes for a new life in Australia would have been better opportunity, good education, and security, and just freedom.
Because I was 9 years old, coming to Australia, we weren't told straight away that we were leaving. But once we found out that we were coming to Australia, I think when I was 9 years old, I was excited to start a new adventure, and I trusted my parents' decision making that we were going to have a better future here.
It was more accepting here. You weren't restricted from going places. Like in Cape Town, you couldn't go to certain places because of your race.
We chose to come to Australia because we already had family living here since 1981. I came to Australia with my mother, my stepfather and two sisters. And the most difficult part about leaving South Africa would have obviously been leaving family and the close friends I had.
The most difficult part about leaving South Africa was the fact that I grew up with a lot of cousins around my own age. It was really hard to leave them behind because we all played together when we were younger, and we were coming to a country where we didn't know anything about the future, what was going to hold for us. First arrived in Australia, we got off the plane in Sydney and we spent some time with my dad's sister. We got to experience different television shows, different foods, a different climate. When we came to Melbourne, we found that it was exciting to go to a new school and make new friends.
The language. Even though the hardest thing for me to understand or accept or assimilate to was the language. Even though English was my first language in South Africa, we spoke with obviously a heavier accent, and people found it hard to understand me when I spoke. So that was the most frustrating thing for me.
Get familiar with the place and getting a job.
The biggest challenges was going into a school system when you're already 9 years old and kids have already got their friends, and so you've got to start almost new and understand understand where your strengths are, making new friends, knowing where things are in your neighbourhood, appreciating that your parents have also got to go through a lot of new changes too.
The thing I was most afraid of when coming to Australia was probably the unknown. It was like going to another planet. I knew nothing about the country, knew nothing about the people, the diversity of the country. So it was pretty daunting having to come to a country that you've never been to before. The most favourable was probably the journey from Cape Town, South Africa, and travelling to Australia, because I never flew before as a kid, and the excitement of being on the plane, and it took us nearly 24 hours to get here, and when we arrived it was just, yeah, it was just...
The most exciting thing about coming to Australia was to see cousins that I haven't seen for a number of years, and seeing the excitement that my parents had to start a new life and to bring us up in a world where there was no differences of skin colour, so leaving apartheid behind.
The thing that most surprised me about Australia was the multiculturalism, the amount of nationalities that you had in any one place at any one time. It was amazing.
What I most missed about South Africa would foremost be family that I've left behind and I've never seen again. So cousins that I was really, really closely connected to, played with day in and day out, and never having seen them again makes me a little bit sad that I've missed watching them grow up and watching them become adults and watching them raise their families. I really feel like I've missed out in that regard. Where we found strength in difficult times, I was very lucky that I went to school with my sister, so we were able to bond together until we found our friends. Family really is the key to helping any new family, and especially us, settle into Australia.
Times when I felt the most unwelcome as an immigrant was probably when I started my apprenticeship. There were a lot of obstacles, a lot of potholes, and quite a bit of racism within the trade that I chose and the company I worked for.
I think some of the things that made me feel unwelcome as an immigrant include skin colour. When we came in 1981, there were not as many immigrants as there are today. So appreciating that a lot of Australian children in the school system at the time had not been in contact with maybe other South Africans or other people from other countries. That was pretty challenging for me.
If I knew someone that was coming to this country, especially a person coming from South Africa, I would tell them not to expect barbed wire fences, electric fences around your property, or having to have armed guards patrol your streets because of thugs or burglaries or thieves, etc. etc.
Migration has made me a stronger person because I see family left behind that have not flourished as well as my family. I feel really lucky to live in a country like this where education is so important. Education is easy to attain. You feel safe in a country like Australia. You're able to feel like you're able to have a good job and have money and have a lovely house and have a car, and yeah, lots of reasons, I think.